Hello friends, Namaste. This is me Priyanka Purohit from Shadi Samriddhi Guidance SSG. I hope and wish that you and your families are doing good and your preparation for December 21 exams are going really well. So in this particular video, we will be looking into the significant differences in IND AS 115 vis-a-vis AS7 and AS9, that is revenue recognition. So as per AS7, the name of AS7 is construction contract, whereas the name of AS9 is revenue recognition, and the name of IND AS 115 is revenue from contracts with customers. So the first point of difference is the framework of revenue recognition. As per IND AS 115, it provides or specifies core principle of recognizing revenue, whereas AS7 and AS9 does not provide a core principle for recognizing revenue. The next point of difference is regarding comprehensive guidance on recognition and measurement of multiple elements within a contract with customer. So how to recognize and what are the principles or what are the measures, or you can say how to measure multiple elements within a contract. For all these things, IND AS provides a very comprehensive and detailed guidance, whereas IND AS 7 and AS 9 do not provide a comprehensive guidance on the same aspect. The next point is regarding the coverage or the scope. So the scope of IND AS 115 is comprehensive. Again, it is detailed one because it deals with all types of performance obligation contract with the customer. So wherever there is a performance obligation in case of a contract, it covers all these are covered under IND AS 115. However, it does not deal with the revenue from interest and dividend which are covered in financial instrument standard, that is IND AS 109. So IND AS 115 covers all the contracts in which performance obligation is there, but it excludes interest and dividend, whereas as we know that IND AS 9 covers revenue from sale of goods as well as services, interest, royalties and dividends. So here interest, royalty, dividend are covered, but in IND AS 115 these are not covered, and because these are covered in another IND AS, that is IND AS 109 of financial instruments. Also in respect of AS 7, it is covers only the revenue from construction contract. The next point is regarding measurement of revenue. So as we know, as per AS9, the revenue is measured as the gross inflow of cash, that is or receivable from the customer, that is the total amount of bill which we have issued to the customer. Also, while speaking about AS7, revenue from construction contract is measured as per the construction progresses. So we identify how much the construction is completed, and as per that we recognize the revenue when we follow AS7. But in case of IND AS 115, revenue is measured at the transaction price, that is the amount of consideration which the entity expects to be receivable from the customer, excluding any amount collected on behalf of third parties. The next point is regarding recognition of revenue. So as per AS9, the revenue is recognized when significant risk and rewards of ownership are transferred to the buyer. Also, as per AS7, revenue is recognized when the outcome of construction contract can be estimated reliably, and also the revenue can be recognized by a good reference by giving consideration to the stage of completion. But in case of IND AS 115, revenue is recognized when the control is transferred to the customer. So here we only look into the significant risk and rewards of ownership or give reference to the stage of completion. But in IND AS 115, revenue is recognized only and only when the control is transferred to the customer. Next point is regarding capitalization of cost. So as we know, AS7 and AS9 do not deal with any such capitalization of cost, whereas IND AS 115 provides a detailed guidance on recognition of cost to obtain and fulfill a contract like an asset. So any capitalization of cost is covered in IND AS 115. Next point is regarding guidance on service concession arrangement. As we know, AS 7 and 9 does not provide any guidance regarding this point, whereas Ind AS 115 gives a detailed guidance on service concession arrangement as well as the disclosures thereof. And the last point, which is common in most or we can say almost all the Ind AS and AS, is the disclosure requirement, which states that as per Ind AS 115, detailed disclosure requirements are asked, whereas less disclosure requirements are prescribed in AS 7 and 9. Next question is regarding carve out Ind AS 115 from IFRS 15. So, as per IFRS 15, it provides that all types of penalty which may be levied in performance of a contract should be considered in the nature of variable consideration for recognizing revenue. It states that if there is a contract and if you cannot fulfill it, then there will be levied a penalty. And in such case where penalty of all types are levied, then you have to measure or recognize the revenue on variable consideration. But carve out is given regarding this. As per Ind AS 115, only those penalties are to be accounted for only those penalties have to be accounted for as per the substance of the contract. So we have to look into the substance of the contract, where the penalty is inherent in determination of the transaction price. That is, like in India, penalties are levied for most of the transaction, but in practice or in actual life, penalty is not levied because we are little bit lenient over it, and hence only those penalties are covered which are actually substance of the contract and are inherent in the determination of transaction price. That is, only the serious penalties are accounted for, and it shall form part of the variable consideration. Otherwise, the same should not be considered for determining the consideration, and the transaction price shall be considered as fixed only. So this was all about Ind AS 115. If you like the video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more such videos. Also, the videos of AS as well as SFM theory and all other videos are uploaded in the channel. Please check out the same. All the very best for the exams.